Namaskar, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. And we just got back from seeing for the very first time the RRR or RRR movie, the masterpiece from SS Rajamouli, and this is our review.
Now, this review is going to have no spoilers. We're not going to talk about anything that wasn't in the trailer. So if you do want to go into movies, as we generally do, having very little knowledge about what to expect, this is the review for you.
Now, if you've been living under a rock for the past 3 years while we've been waiting for this movie, a few things to note. This is a Telugu language movie, although it's been released in many different languages. It's also from the acclaimed movie director SS Rajamouli, who created masterpieces like Bahubali in the past, and it stars an ensemble cast. You've got NTR Jr. playing Komaram Bheem, you've got Charan playing Rama Raju, you've got Ajay Devgn, you've got Alia, Bhatt. It's an incredible cast in this movie. Now, the story focuses on real Indian freedom fighters Rama Raju and Komaram Bheem and real locations, and yet it also tells a fictional tale that creates a new narrative around those characters.
And I think if we're talking about storyline, I feel like the main takeaway from this movie is that the story is about relationships, and it's about the relationships we have with where we come from, the promises we make, and it really demonstrates how the relationships in your life change and grow as you change and grow, and how your view of yourself and your place in the world benefits from the relationships you have with the people around you, that you can learn from them, and it makes you a better person and makes you a better person to contribute to the world.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and that was one thing I loved about this movie. And again, no spoilers, but the arcs, the storylines around these characters were so powerful, seeing those characters evolve. So let's talk visuals, because this was an incredibly visually stunning movie. What did you think of the visuals?
I think I really enjoyed the visuals. I was a little bit wary about the length of the movie and whether it would drag like certain other 3-hour movies we've seen recently. But I think they did a really good job of different scenes in the movie had different feels to them, and they demonstrated that in the visual style. Obviously, from SS Rajamouli's movies, we've come to expect really a real eye for detail. Like, nothing is missed in terms of reflecting the mood of the scene that he's setting up in the visual style of it. So some of the scenes were really almost like fantasy, really soft lit, kind of soft focus, and felt kind of dreamlike. And then others were really, really gritty, and you really kind of felt the horror of what was happening in those scenes. And then others were just... there was so much heart in them, and there were some really joyful scenes as well, and they were really reflected in the color palettes too, which varied across all of the scenes. It was such an incredible exploration of the potential of using visuals to contribute to the story and the overall effect of a movie.
Yeah, and you're so right about the length of the movie. I needed the bathroom after about 1 hour, so that's 2 hours left, and I could not leave my seat. There was so much happening, so much to look at. The pace of the movie moved so quickly. And the other thing about visuals was you get these massive sweeping panoramic shots of India, real India, and sometimes it's the forest, sometimes it's Delhi from 100 years ago, and one, it looks real, but two, it looks so authentically Indian at the same time. I absolutely love that, and like you said, he has this particular directorial style where there are lots of like reflections and cameras that turn around, and just these really intricate camera work that absolutely blew me away. Now, this was a musical created by the genius M.M. Keeravani. What did you think about the music and the dance numbers? Did they feel kind of artificial, or did they flow with the movie?
I think I was a little bit wary going into it because we've seen so many musicals where the dance numbers and music sections seem to interrupt the flow of the movie, whereas with this, they were blended so well. It just felt like a natural progression of the movie rather than here is a dance number. It was more, well, this is where the movie's going. And I really enjoyed that side of it, of just how smoothly it flowed.
Yeah, I agree. And like listening to all of the songs, and we reacted to every music video before seeing the movie. So we knew the songs going in, and yet seeing them integrated into the movie in such a flawless way, they just build and then dissipate with the storyline of the movie, was just amazing. Was there any particular song that really jumped out at you as just the star of the show?
I think it has to be Komaram Bheem. It was a song that I really enjoyed when we watched the music video. And I don't think there's any spoilers in saying that the main character's songs come at iconic moments for those characters. You would expect that. But I feel like, being familiar with the song beforehand, it added so much more weight to that scene when we hear that song. And it did make me tear up. Just the power behind it and the things that the characters were going through while the song was playing and the impact on the movie. It was really incredibly powerful. That a song that I thought was going to be a catchy, iconic, oh, well, here it is Bheem and this is his theme song. There was so much heart to it that I wasn't expecting, and it really hit me in a way that I wasn't anticipating, and it had so much power to it for that.
Yeah, and I was the same. I teared up multiple times in this movie. The one song that got to me was Dosti, the song about brotherhood and friendship, and I just loved it. And that song, again, no spoilers, but that song flows through the movie. It kind of ebbs and flows and comes back again and again. And that theme of brotherhood just permeates the entire movie. So, and plus it's an awesome song with the da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum. Just an amazing song with incredible musicians. And that kept recurring to me in the movie, was the army of incredible musicians who made every single one of these songs, and they were all great. I mean, raising the flag at the end was a pure celebration. There were so many amazing moments in this movie musically. So there is a lot of debate on the internet about who people's favorite actors are. Is it NTR Jr.? Is it Ram Charan? Who did the best dancing? Whose character had the greatest moments in the movie? Was it Ram? Was it Bheem? Do you have a favorite? I mean, I know it's very difficult to call.
It is difficult because they both had such incredible journeys through the movie. I think the one that hit me most was probably Ram, actually.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed the journey his character took and the unexpected things you found out along the way.
So we cannot talk about that, but because it's spoilers. But I actually was a massive fan of Bheem. I loved both characters, and they were opposites, and they worked so well together. But I also can't talk about why I loved Bheem so much because it contains so many spoilers. So you know what? We're going to do a supplemental video to this one where we talk about why we love those characters and we spoil the hell out of it. So skip that one if you've not seen it. The last thing for us to talk about, though, is how do we rate this video? And to me, the word masterpiece gets thrown around a lot, but honestly, I was watching this movie thinking, what more could they possibly do? There are incredible sets, there are incredible dancing, incredible music. The acting was absolutely flawless. We had people in the theatre laughing at the British actors in this because they are so evil, but they were evil, and therefore they were represented as evil. So to me, I really could not see how Rajamouli could have done any better with this incredible movie. So my vote is 5 stars. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. Maybe even 6.
Yes. Can we give 6 out of 5? Because honestly, if you're from India, you absolutely must watch this movie. No questions asked. You should be so proud to be Indian watching this movie. It tells an incredible story. If you're not Indian, though, this movie is just an awesome blockbuster. It contains so many aspects to love, but also it feels like the pinnacle of Indian filmmaking to me. It contains every element that makes Indian cinema so great, and yet it's accessible to a global audience. So to me, it's a 5-star movie movie, whether you're from India or China or the US or anywhere else, even us. So, hey, well, thank you very much for watching our review. As I said, we're going to do a quick spoilery video where we talk about Bheem versus Ram in just a few minutes, so look out for that one if you don't mind spoilers. But for the rest of you, we will see you very, very soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari.
Peace out, nerds!